This partnering workshop is in support of Unitarian Universalist 2006 Statement of Conscience on the threat of global climate change. And we are very fortunate that we have here a core group of people who are working on this issue. It is our climate change working group. We asked for funding and received it from our Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Boca Raton Endowment Committee for the purpose of bringing all of you together here today. I'd like to thank Reverend Harris Reardon for providing the kind of leadership that enables this effort to thrive. And I would like to particularly thank John Englander, who, by his very caring and very persistent words about the concern for sea level rise, has gotten me personally off of my couch and involved on this issue, as well as this entire congregation, as you can see. I would like to thank the board members of our Unitarian Universalist Ministry for Earth, Bob and Irene Kine, for being here and for mentoring me through the process of coalition building that's been necessary to get you all in the room. And I would like to thank Steve Jens-Rohoff, the president of our Southeast UU cluster, because our Southeast Unitarian Universalist cluster's geography exactly overlaps the geography that is covered in the Southeast Florida Regional Climate Action Plan. So we have members from throughout our cluster, which means that we will have informed voices throughout the region. I would like to thank corporate people who have helped us. The environmentally controlled waste company has been kind enough to help us be socially responsible with our recycling, composting, and waste disposal. And we've had help with food from Joseph's Market, Fresh Market, and Costco. I am absolutely delighted that today I'm going to be able to introduce you to a phenomenal group of people of conscience who have been working within our government to create a plan that will enable us to respond to climate change. They have achieved something that is very rare in our country, which is to get a bipartisan support for their Southeast Florida Regional Climate Action Plan. This means that they have spoken effectively the language of science and the language of public policy, and they have interwoven the language of sustainability, green business, and social justice to their messaging. They have brought in and extended their circle to the scientific and technical community beyond those who are involved in that core group by speaking the language of facts and of overcoming challenges. In green business, they are using the language of prosperity in the face of challenge and the language of socially responsible corporate practices. All of these messages are working to expand the acceptance of this plan. Our work today is to expand the circle to respectfully include dialogue with the passionate voices of environmental and citizens advocacy groups, and to expand to educators who are using the language of learning with their students, and to connect the very deep and profound efforts of the various religious groups represented in this room and elsewhere who have been working to connect our very fundamental and important core values that we hold and our theology to this issue of climate. So I would like to say that you will be challenged if we have done our work correctly today. You will be challenged to accept someone else's words, to accept someone else's viewpoint and the language that they're using. And I would encourage you all to be patient with each other, because we are about the business of finding a common language that we can use to mobilize the citizenry en masse. And I think that the wisdom to begin that process is well represented in this room. So now, before you get to meet this incredible panel of well-recognized national speakers who can help us know more about the Southeast Florida Regional Climate Action Plan, I would like to introduce you to the facilitator that we reached out to help us put this workshop together. Her name is Carolyn Lewis, and she is with the Clio Institute in Miami, which does phenomenal workshops helping scientists learn how to communicate their messages to the public, helping the public to become engaged on this issue, and doing many of the things that we are working on expanding into the faith community today. Carolyn also is on the National Environmental Educational Advisory Council, which is working under the EPA in order to formulate the federal education on climate. So I would like to turn this podium over now to Carolyn Lewis, who will introduce the other members of the panel. Enjoy. By the end of the day today, we will have action items, we will have some common language, and hopefully we will have some friendships and partnerships. Welcome.